Now, how can you get into business analysis? Firstly, I think there's various ways that you can get into business analysis, different scenarios. Firstly, if you're already working, right? If you are already working and your organization does have like a business analysis unit or a projects unit that has business unit that has business analysts in it. Now, what you can do, your focus should be for you to transition right into business analysis. So how can you go about transitioning into business analysis from a different business unit and you are not offered the opportunity like I was? You really have to initiate that. I think you need to show interest. Show your interest by maybe approaching the business analyst or maybe the business analysis manager and request for an opportunity to shadow the business analyst and or secondment if there is a secondment opportunities in the organization, whereby you'll shadow, you go through what business analyst does, but then you're not just following them where they go, but you're actually showing interest and you're assisting to help so that you can start building your portfolio. And what is your portfolio? Your portfolio is basically what shows that, or proof that you actually understand business analysis, right? So all the activities that you'll be assisting with, whether it's maybe to put together a process flow, maybe you can go also and understand high level what business analysts do, right? I would say in the project space, because that's where business analysts or project analysts with the title business analyst sit in the project space, right? So basically understand what business analysts do, maybe in the project space, if the unit is in the project space. If maybe you're approaching a business analyst that sits maybe in the product space, understand what they do. If you are, but the principles are always the same, because when you go through the process of understanding something, what do? You basically break it down on what they do on a day-to-day basis, right? And I feel like if you want to transition into business analyst, you kind of have some sort of idea, right, of what they do. And that's what sparked your interest in you wanting to get into business analysis, right? An idea of what they do into day-to-day. So when you start shadowing them, you can now ask for opportunities to assist in those things that you've listed down, right? Either as process documentation or putting together process flows, whether it's documentation, whether it's maybe setting up requirements elicitation workshops, or whether it's maybe document analysis. Maybe they are probably working. Document analysis, basically going through different documents and unpacking those documents and understanding the content that is in that document with the intention to understand or use it as input into maybe your requirements elicitation, right? Sorry guys, now I had to move to my phone because my camera battery died. But to continue the conversation, you would shadow with an intention, right? Not blindly. You're building your portfolio, which is you are putting together what you're learning or what you've learned, things that you are doing or that you have done. And maybe you put your seniors or people that you are shadowing as reference to all the tasks that you've completed or done, that you are putting on your portfolio, right? So I actually want to do research. I don't know what a business analyst portfolio looks like, but for me, a portfolio is that your evidence on you being able to execute certain business analysis tasks and or business analysis activities, right? So it's basically that. How it looks or the structure of what it looks like, I'm not sure. That's one way to do it. And if you go into a business unit, it doesn't work out, you move. If there's different business units, it's either you can request another opportunity somewhere to shadow, but then you continuously need to show your intention of moving into business analyst, so that should there be an opportunity in the business unit, hire business analyst, like you should be one of the people that they spot or have in their minds, right? And you've been there, they probably know who you are, they've probably seen your dedication, and that would influence maybe you being get hired. So yeah, that's one way. If you are a business, or you are not in business analyst, you want to transition, but your business unit does not really have business analyst in, then you become the business analyst. Remember, business analysis is not really about the title itself. Wherever you are, you can be an analyst, meaning that you can analyze, meaning understand whatever you are doing in that particular moment, so that the business can function optimally in the unit that you're in the role that you are doing. Start where you are, right? Be the business analyst. Don't wait for the business unit to, or the title business analyst, so that you can feel confident in being that you are a business. Start where you are, take it up, right? And what does that look like? Wherever you are, understand how that business unit that you are in is supposed to work, so that you are able to spot gaps, number one. Advice on how things can be improved so that the business can be where it's supposed to be, or the business unit, right, where you are, because it's a portion of the business, can be where it's supposed to be, right? And all of that research that you are doing, you take it together and you put it into a document. That's called the requirements document. You say, okay, fine, guys, we are supposed to be here, but then there is a gap, or here is a spot where we can improve so that we operate optimally. And for us to improve, here are the things that we can execute, things that we can do so that we work more efficiently, effectively, and that is business analysis, right? So you don't need the title business analyst. No. Take it up where you are. And then all of those suggestions that you are putting onto the table, all of that work that you are doing, you put it together onto a portfolio. Like you structure a portfolio that tells employer that you are actually capable of business analyst, or you understand what business analysis is, right? And then you start structuring your CV in a way that it reflects that, and then you start applying, and we cross our fingers. And also you need to, I think, maybe use LinkedIn more strategically and with intention. Put out the things that you do out there, obviously if your organization allows, and then you're not putting out confidential information. You can do business analysis without the title business analyst, right? That is the second way you can move into business analysis, right? One, if you're already working and you want to transition, there's already a business unit in your area, in your business, in your organization that you work for. Second, if there is no business analyst and you want to become one, right? Now, the third is when you are like new, you are coming in through the door from outside into the house. So you're gonna view the house as like the working environment, and the different rooms as the different roles, right? So one was if you're already in the house, you're moving from one room to another. And one is if you're completely out, maybe you're just coming from school, you have your degree, and then you want to come in. One, organizations do offer like graduate programs. You can apply for those. It's always never guaranteed, and graduate programs, it's not a guarantee that you would land in the business analyst team or as a business analyst, but rather if you can get into the work environment and then make your way to the business analyst, because I've always feel like it's easier that way. So when you are applying from outside, yes, the end goal is to become a business analyst, but don't focus only on business analyst roles. Look for roles that can get you in the workspace, and then once you're in, then you can transition into now getting the official role or title of business analyst. You can apply for graduate programs, but then if you're struggling to find an opportunity through graduate programs, I feel like you are not employed, but you have qualifications and you're really struggling to get into the job, then I feel like you need to start being more creative on how, because basically a recruiter would hire you because they trust that you'll be able to carry the duties that they are calling you for, right? So you need to find creative ways to be trustable, because firstly, there's already, I think, a lot of business analysts out there that are looking for opportunities, so that are moving around. So obviously a recruiter is probably going to take somebody with experience, or who understands and all of that. So you have to be creative in being noticed, and for recruiters to actually give you an opportunity, even if it's just for an interview. So you need to find creative ways. And when I was thinking of this, it might be very bizarre, but out there, but use LinkedIn very intentional. Like, you can do business analysis, but with things that are surrounding you. You do online shopping every day. There's certain processes that you see that happen around you. I know on TikTok, I actually mentioned this, that, I always wonder, why can't I buy electricity on my banking app and then just press some sort of button and that electricity is automatically loaded on the meter box? Like, why do I have to now go and type that long number? That's something that really frustrates me. I want to buy and then it must just automatically integrate. So there's things that in your environment, or maybe there's people that work around you, right, where you can use them as guinea pigs, just because now, remember, you are in the face of being recognizable, right, and being seen. So you have to be intentional. As much as how content creators say, if you want to be recognized and be seen as a content creator and be recognized by brands, you need to be very intentional about the content. You go out of your way, right, to create nice content. You go out of way to be creative, to think of ideas and all of that. So I feel like you need to take a similar approach. You need to go out of your way to be recognized by recruiters out there, by use the environment around you to create use cases, for example, that you can put out there to state things like, I noticed a problem of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or an opportunity for improvement, maybe in the takeout process. I noticed this is how things currently happening, or I ordered the other day. Like, make it very personal and make it must be things that you yourself have experienced. I think that would be like very golden, instead of just generic things, because now it also makes it hard if it's generic things, because we have AI now, what's really going to make a recruiter believe that you didn't get that from ChatGPT or whatever, or Copilot, whatever. So if you are mentioning things that are really personal, that, I bought electricity the other day and I noticed that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think for better customer experience, it would be very nice if this and this happens. This is how the journey could possibly be, which is now you are explaining this is how we currently buy electricity. If it had to be like this, whereby you just press, now you're explaining the to be, or the proposed, or the vision of how it would actually be, an improved customer experience. That is business analysis, because now you are suggesting how purchasing electricity can be done more optimally, or more efficient, effective, so you understand. So look at your environment. If people are working, you can even state it like, my mom, if maybe you don't want to disclose personal information, or one of your family members work at a particular institution and she mentioned that they struggle with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You took that, you digested it, you unpacked it, and realize that maybe to solve this problem that they have, this is the approach that they could go. And like, the core is for you to, your interest as a business analyst is for the business to operate as optimal as possible. So look at your environment and just look at something that could be improved, so that it can actually get better. Like, if it's things around you, post those things on LinkedIn, build your portfolio, apply. That's one of the ways that I've actually been thinking, well, you know what, I know we live in a world of AI now, where things are actually very difficult in people trusting your abilities and all of that. So put it towards you, make it more personal into like your experience, and post those things on your LinkedIn. Use LinkedIn more intentional. I think that would actually be a really good strategic way in being recognized by recruiters, if you don't have business analysis experience and all of that. And maybe when you post those things on your LinkedIn, make connections with like your senior BAs from reputable workspaces, and not to undermine any other workspaces, but you know how recruiters are. You need to study them as well. Like, reputation is a thing. So connect with senior BAs from reputable organizations or well-known organizations, and then when you post these things or your findings or your work, then you just ask them to review them, provide comments, and then those things you can put in your portfolio, that this and this person from this particular organization reviewed this and this is the comment that they've provided. It just gives you like a stronger portfolio, a portfolio that has weight and just shows that this person is actually like wants this, So yeah, it's a bit harder if you are outside because there's already a lot of business analysts in the job market, or people just moving around and all of that. So yeah, unfortunately, it is a bit difficult. But I don't think there's never a way. There's always a way. It's just maybe your journey is going to be a bit more difficult than mine. But there's always a way. You just need to just sit down, strategize, and go to the core of what actually needs to be done. Like I told you, a recruiter is going to recruit you because they trust you. So you need to focus on being trustable and find ways for recruiters to come to your profile and believe that you can actually execute this. So yeah, that's that. And those are scenarios that you can get into business analyst, unless if I missed anything. There is a comment that I got some other time on my YouTube. Let me just go to the questions. Are from KX6Y. The thing YouTube doesn't give you like your real names, but then I think the first questions, and thank you so much for your questions. The first question was, what educational background or qualification helped you to get started? Those are the ones I already answered that. How did you land your first BA role? I already answered that. What transferable skills were most valuable in helping you enter the field? What I can say is that problem solving and just being keen in resolving things is something that will definitely help you, because the process of resolving something takes research, right? It takes talking to the relevant people, takes understanding what needs to be resolved. Just if you like solving problems, that is one thing that's really going to make the job easier, because then you won't be frustrated with having to go to pillar to post to get information or understand how certain things work and what is expected and all of that, right? And then communication, because you will speak to people, because as a business analyst, you are really not an expert in everything. You really rely on the experts to give you detail, to give you information. So you're going to have conversations, So if you are able to communicate and you are keen on problem solving, trust me, you're going to go far. You are definitely going to be far. But then I hope I didn't miss anything. The only thing that I didn't address is my experience on business analysis. And that is a really long story, because I went through a lot, child. Like, I went through a lot. Like, I cried. I wanted to resign. I wanted to leave. I went through a lot. I'm going to leave it here for today. And thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah. Last announcement is that I am launching a support initiative for people that are just joining business analysts, our juniors, or people that are just joining, or just as business analysts, wherever you get, because you'll get stuck, my darling. You get stuck and just you need support. Maybe you don't really have the right people around you, or people are just too busy, or you really work in a small organization, or you know what, you're just anxious and scared to approach certain people. So I am launching a business analysis support initiative, whereby we will have a WhatsApp group. I am going to create, or I have created a WhatsApp group whereby business analysts generally will just talk, ask each other questions and resolve them. It's not for me to facilitate or for me to answer people's questions. No, it's just for a community set up where we can just talk and support each other. The second one is a Google form that I have created on Google Forms, whereby if there is any particular, I want to do weekly Q&As, if there's anything particular that maybe you would want me to address, then you just post your question there and I will then address it in a form of a video. Lastly, it's one-on-one support, right? If you just require to go on a WhatsApp call or on a Zoom call and you need one-on-one support in just navigating maybe certain things that you need to do business analysis wise. Maybe you just need a thinking partner. Maybe you just need someone to help you approach how to approach certain things. Then that would then be through WhatsApp. I do have a WhatsApp line that you guys can contact me on so that I'll be able to assist effectively, because I've realized I get questions here and there, and sometimes I get too busy. I forget to reply. I remember maybe after a week, and then I feel bad that I didn't reply. And I really, really do. I'm really passionate about assisting and supporting people. So I really wanted. So I created this structure. I will share details on my community page. I will share details on my Instagram. You guys can follow me on Instagram. It's at Fifi Mohulatsi. And I will also share the details on my, my TikTok. Yes, I didn't have a TikTok. I don't think I updated you guys, because the last vlog, I think I did say I don't have TikTok. I didn't have it for some time, but then I decided to create a new account where I'm just sharing BA relatable content and all of that. So you can also follow me on TikTok. It is at Fifi the Business Analyst. So yeah, we'll share the details there. We'll share the details on Instagram. We'll share the details here on the community side of my community side of YouTube, and then we'll take it from there. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys do reach out. You do join the WhatsApp group. You do send a Q&A. And if there is no question, then I will then just find topics that I can address or things that are probably I went through that week in my day-to-day as a business analyst, challenges that I had to overcome, and just come and share my ways of working or how I approach certain things. So yeah, and also I don't have it all figured out, guys. Business analysis, you'll figure it out every day. So I just want to make people understand that you just need to find a way to navigate the space, because unfortunately, it's not as structured as other roles where you have 1 + 1 is 2. Like Mona, you have 1 + 1 + 3 - 3 + 4 - 4 + 5 - 2 - 1 is equals to what? 1, 2, or 2, whatever the answer is. So it's not straightforward, unfortunately. And I think that's what just causes so much anxiety sometimes. But if you find a way to navigate the space in how it is, then things become so much easier. But then anyway, guys, this brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for tuning. If you have loved this video, please do like, please do subscribe. We're trying to grow the channel. We're trying to grow the community. Please do share the video. Maybe they are aspiring, new BAs, junior BAs, and your timeline that would find this talk valuable and informative. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Again, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to share. Don't forget to comment on the comment section down below. The support initiative is going to be launched soon, probably by Monday next week. I would have put out all the details. And yeah, guys, let us be happy business analysts within the mess, within the stress, within the confusion, within the chaos. Like, let's just be happy and merry, because what else can we do? Nothing. Bye, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.